Now, we teased unlimited ancestral items. How are we going to do that? Blizzard has made a huge change, and it's a simple one, but it's a huge one. The very first patch for Diablo 4 Season 8 is coming on May 14th. That's going to be this Wednesday. The patch had all buffs. There was nothing that was taking away from any of the classes. They're going to just be bringing up some of the underperforming abilities, which is what they said they were going to be doing. And for the Barbarian, which is incredibly exciting, they are going to be buffing your pure Whirlwind damage and your double swing build. Not only that, but an indirect buff to the double swing is going to be coming. We're going to go over all of that, and one of the ways that you're going to be able to get an enormous amount of guaranteed ancestral legendary gear. It's going to be great, so let's hop right into it. Now, we're wearing the Barb Nation hoodie, so we might as well start there. They're going to be making some very big adjustments to the base game for the Barbarians. What they're going to be doing, they're going to be adjusting the Gore's devastating grips. This was already something that they had buffed going into this season. They completely reworked it, and now they're going to be making it even better. What it's going to be doing now, the bonus damage is going to be based on damage per second rather than damage per tick. What that is going to do, it's going to result in roughly 100% damage increase. We're able to clear Torment 4. There was a lot of stuff that was able to be done with the Whirlwind Barbarian, but it just didn't quite pack that punch that you were looking for. Now, with really great Masterwork gear, this definitely could be a speed farming build. Add in the new Gore's Devastating Grip. The way that Gore's Devastating Grips work, if we come in game here and we look, how this is going to affect your damage is that Whirlwind is going to explode every 3 seconds. It's going to deal up to 600% increased damage as fire. Now you pair that with the Ugly Bastard helmet, you have some pretty insane damage that's going to be coming out already. Then every critical strike of Whirlwind is going to reduce the cooldown of that explosion by 0.2 seconds, and that's going to go down to at least 1 second. So that means basically if you can cool this down fast enough, you're going to have 1 second in between each one of those massive explosions. The explosions are going to now get stronger, and you're going to actually be able to get this cooldown faster. They're taking it from the 0.2 seconds to 0.4 seconds every single time you critical strike. So it's going to be a very, very fast explosion. They're increasing the amount of damage it's going to do. I'm pretty excited to get into this next week and hit the ground running with our pure Whirlwind build. Now, if you're curious about the build, I have put it together here. You can come over to the Mobalytics page. It's going to be in the description of this video. I'll have the pure Whirlwind build as well as the double swing build, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But you just go right down to the pure Whirlwind build right here. This is what we're going to have running for a setup. Now, we have a couple different versions here. We have a no mythic version, we have a unique version, and then we have a mythic version here. So depending on what gear you have, you can mix and match in any of those. But if you haven't checked out a planner yet, you really should. This is going to be completely decked out with everything that you're going to need to know in order to get your pure Whirlwind damage barb up and running. Now, that's awesome. We got a build, we got some buffs, but we're not done yet. Because what they're going to also be doing, the aspect of Dire Whirlwind is also going to gain the same amount of critical strike damage while whirlwinding. What it currently does right now is if you come here and we pull up the aspect of Dire Whirlwind, it is going to give us critical strike chance. On top of that critical strike chance, it's now going to give us critical strike damage as well. Now, we don't know if it's multiplicative or not, but I'm assuming that it's going to be multiplicative damage, which means that we're going to get up to 50% increased critical strike chance and 50% increased critical strike damage as well. Now, if we read that right, it says we're also going to grant the same amount as critical strike damage bonus while whirlwinding. We're going to get both bonuses, making Whirlwind what's going to be a huge player in the speed farming game. Now, will this push high pits? Probably not. But that's okay, because we do need speed farming builds that are going to fly through the infernal hordes that are super fun to play. And there's nothing more fun than watching a Whirlwind Barbarian fly around the hordes, spinning its head off. The next thing we're going to look at is going to be the Twin Strikes. Now, this is getting a buff, just a straight damage buff. It's going from up to 100% to 140%. But the really key thing about this is that they're actually going to be fixing the Crown of Lucian. What they're going to be doing to the Crown of Lucian, and I'll show you exactly why that's important, is they're going to fix an issue where the Crown of Lucian was granting infinite bonus damage from channeled skills, which was Whirlwind, which is also kind of a bummer that they fixed it, but that's what they planned on doing. They said they're going to fix anything that's broken. What it was doing before, as long as you channeled Whirlwind, you got infinite scaling damage, and eventually everything you touched died immediately. It was pretty crazy to see. Fix an issue where the Crown of Lucian only granted its bonus to active players' skills rather than all damage. So this is actually a really great buff to this now that it's working properly. These two changes, with these two changes, Crown of Lucian will now be re-enabled. It is currently disabled. You cannot use it. It's got a big X no matter what class you get on. In the planner here, for the double swing build, this is going to be a very important piece. Now, double swing is going to be kind of a little pricey in terms of like the gear requirements to get into it, but that is really what's going to make this a fun build to play. If you need to swap some of these out, you can. The whole point is going to be an overpower build. We're going to be able to proc the BLT as much as possible, the Banished Lord's Talisman. The Crown of Lucian is going to help us with that. It's going to make it so we spend a lot of fury. We want to spend as much fury as we possibly can, as fast as we can, to make sure that we guarantee an overpower basically on every single hit that we do. How you do that, you pair the Crown of Lucian with the Ring of Starless Sky. The way that it offsets is going to be just enough so we can generate enough fury to continue attacking, but still also grant enough fury to proc the Banished Lord's Talisman and make sure that we overpower and get that increased overpower damage all the time. So these are going to be the two builds that I'm going to be on next week. I'm super excited to get into it and update the planners and get everything out there for everybody. It's going to be pretty insane to see how fast this Whirlwind build will go. Now, we teased unlimited ancestral items. How are we going to do that? Blizzard has made a huge change, and it's a simple one, but it's a huge one, to the way that the seasonal mechanics are going to work. Sayana is now going to become a vendor that's going to sell Oath Scrolls in exchange for Spectral Ash. So we come back into the game here. I have 69,000 Spectral Ash. But what is going to happen now is that when you come down here and you go back to where Sayana is, now you're going to be able to exchange that Spectral Ash for these scrolls. Those scrolls are going to give you more reputation when you use them. The most important part about that reputation is that when you have completed the entire board and you come back here, you are now earning yourself these mystery greater archetype caches. These are guaranteed ancestral legendary gear. We're going to grab a couple of those. We're going to come down here. And when we open up these, you will always get greater affix gear. Sometimes 2 stars. If you look here, we got a couple different 2-star items. All of them on top of all the material you get from this right here. This is going to be a huge change. All of that extra ash that you're earning that has no place doing anything, you're going to be able to turn that into greater affix gear. I'm super excited about this. So make sure that you get out there. Bosses are hands down the best place to go get your spectral ash. It's also a great source of reputation. So this is all going to play into just earning you more and more loot. This is going to be insane. There are a lot more fixes. There's a lot more buffs that are coming to all of the classes. So make sure you check out the notes. I'm going to have them in the description of the video. If you're looking for an amazing community, make sure you hop into Discord. That link is going to be there as well. There are people playing every single day. They're in voice chat. They're chatting. They're offering to do runs. They're helping each other. It is a ton of fun. Whether you are an experienced player or you're brand new to the game, we have something for you. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm live every night. I'd love it if you stopped by, said hi, theory crafted with me. Catch you on the clip side.